My name is Michelle, and I'm 22 years old. 2 years ago, I was just a regular college student, scraping by on coffee and cheap textbooks, studying economics. One day, my classmate invited me over to his place to cram for an exam. I didn't think much of it, just another study session. But when I walked through the door, everything changed. His mom, Bella, greeted me. She was slim, with long hair cascading over her shoulders and a smile that hit me like a freight train. Her eyes sparkled with this magnetic energy, like she knew something I didn't. My stomach flipped. God, she's stunning. I thought, my cheeks burning. I tried to shake it off, straight girl, right? No way I should be staring at my friend's mom like that. But I couldn't stop. She was warm, welcoming, offering me tea like we'd known each other forever. We sat down to study, but I was useless. Bella kept popping into the room, asking if we needed anything, and every time she spoke, my focus shattered. Her voice was smooth, confident, and her laugh, God, it was like music. We started talking, and I found out we had so much in common. We both loved psychology books, old movies, even cooking simple dishes. She was a single mom, a self-made millionaire who ran her own company, but she talked about it so casually, like it was no big deal. I learned her husband had left years ago, and she'd raised her son alone. Instead of studying, I spent the whole evening glued to her words, laughing at her stories, my heart racing every time she looked at me. By the time my friend went to bed, Bella and I were still on the kitchen couch, talking like the world outside didn't exist. Something was happening inside me, something I didn't want to admit. I'd catch myself staring at her lips, wondering what they'd feel like. My chest tightened with every accidental brush of her hand. But I pushed it down. This is wrong, I told myself. She's older, she's his mom, and I'm not even into women. My principles screamed at me to stop, but the pull was stronger. Every time I saw her, it got worse, my palms sweaty, my thoughts a mess. I was falling, and it terrified me. Over the next few weeks, I found excuses to go back. Study sessions became a pretense to see Bella. We'd grab coffee, walk in the park, talk for hours about everything, her business, my dreams, our fears. She was so alive, so different from anyone I'd ever met. I'd lie awake at night, replaying her smile, her voice, hating myself for wanting her. What am I doing? I'd whisper into the dark, my heart pounding. I was torn. My feelings were a wildfire, but guilt and fear kept me in check. I didn't know how to handle it, and the tension was eating me alive. One night, Bella offered to drive me home. The car ride was quiet, the air thick with unspoken words. My pulse was racing, my mind screaming, do something, or you'll lose this. When she parked outside my place, I froze. My hands shook. Now or never, I thought. I leaned in, pretending I was going for a hug, and kissed her. My lips met hers, soft and warm, tasting of strawberry lip gloss and mint. My heart exploded. Every nerve in my body lit up. It was reckless, terrifying, but I'd always been the girl who took crazy risks. For a second, I thought I'd ruined everything. She pulled back, her eyes wide, searching mine. My stomach dropped. Then she whispered, "There's something here," and leaned in again. The kiss deepened, her lips pressing harder, her breath mixing with mine. It was electric, dizzying, like the world had stopped. Her hand brushed my cheek, and I melted, lost in the taste of her, the warmth of her mouth. Then she pulled away, breathless. "I have to go somewhere," she said, her voice shaky. "But we'll see each other tomorrow." I stumbled out of the car, legs like jelly, my mind replaying every second of that kiss. I didn't sleep that night, my thoughts a chaotic mix of panic and euphoria. Did I just screw this up? But she kissed me back. I was a wreck, torn between fear and this overwhelming need for her. Morning came, and I dragged myself to class, chugging coffee to stay awake. After lectures, there she was, waiting in her car. She told her son she wanted to show me an art gallery, but we ended up at a quiet restaurant. We talked for hours, me spilling my childhood fears, her sharing how she built her empire but always felt alone. Every word drew me deeper. This wasn't just a crush, it was love, raw and consuming. My heart screamed it, even if my head still fought it. By the end of the night, I couldn't hold back. "Let's go to a hotel," I said, my voice trembling but sure. She nodded, and we went. We filled a bathtub with hot water and bubbles, sinking into it together. It wasn't about sex, it was about closeness, her arms around me, our lips meeting again, soft and slow. We stayed up all night, talking, kissing, just being. After that, we were inseparable, but we kept it secret. I'd sneak over when her son wasn't home, and we'd steal moments, drives, dinners, quiet nights at her place. The secrecy only heightened the thrill, but the guilt gnawed at me. What if her son found out? What if I was ruining their family? A month later, it happened. He walked in while we were holding hands in the kitchen. His face went white, then red. He yelled, called it disgusting, and stormed out. Bella broke down, and I felt like the worst person alive. This is my fault, I thought, my chest tight with panic. They didn't speak for a month, and I was haunted by the fear I'd destroyed her life. But Bella and I clung to each other, talking through the pain, holding on to what we had. Slowly, her son came around. They talked, fought, cried, and he started to accept it, though it was never easy. Life is far too short to be afraid of love. We spend so much time trying to control our hearts, to fit our emotions into rules and expectations, that we forget what it means to feel fully. Love isn't always convenient. It doesn't always make sense. Sometimes it arrives when you least expect it, or in a form you never imagined. But that's the beauty of it. It shakes your world, challenges your beliefs, and shows you who you really are beneath all the fear. Don't run from love just because it scares you. Fear is only a sign that something real is happening, something powerful enough to change you. Every time you choose love over fear, you grow. Every time you act on what your heart whispers instead of what the world demands, you step closer to your truth. Love teaches courage, and courage is what makes life worth living. So act. Don't wait for the perfect moment or the perfect person. They don't exist. What matters is the feeling that stirs inside you, the spark that tells you this is something special. Follow it, even if the path is uncertain. Because one day you'll look back and realize that the risks, the doubts, the late-night questions, they were all part of something extraordinary. Don't be afraid to love, and don't be afraid to act on it. The heart always knows the way, even when the mind hesitates. Love